So what is it with Spider-Man and trains? Spider-Man, Spider-Man, are we getting sick of Spider-Man yet? Nearly 60 years after his first appearance, he's still one of the greatest characters created in the past century, easy. He's still garnered acclaim and affection from people all over the world. I guess that's the mark of a great character, I suppose. And with this new movie, Spider-Man No Way Home, I think it's pretty good. It's probably the best of the 3 MCU canon Spider-Man films thus far, and it's probably one of the best Spider-Man films to come out in a long time. Luckily, it also continues with the themes and the story presented with the character in this world thus far. It's also worth noting that the movie is a celebration of the past 20 years of Spider-Man movies in many ways, bringing in characters and concepts from, well, all over the place. Can you tell when I'm saying something that's scripted? This movie is a total crowd pleaser in the best way. Everyone is really great, and I was continuously engaged with the story of the movie, even if it didn't have anything much to do with the multiversal visitors from another dimension angle. There are so many great character moments. I cried like 5 times. And yeah, this isn't a typical Spider-Man story from what we're used to seeing in movies, but that's okay. The multiverse aspect seems gimmicky in a sense, and it might make older Spidey fans seem, why are we doing this? I like it a lot, even though when you really think about it and get into the details that aren't explained, it doesn't make a whole lick of sense, and it does sort of impact the themes and the message of the movie, if I'm not mistaken.
They all die fighting Spider-Man. It's their fate.
But the movie, upon first viewing and revisiting viewings, I think is fine. But I think the multiverse aspect of this movie works really well, and other films using this sort of narrative device going forward should pay attention and do it fine. There are other plot points that were introduced early on in the film but don't really get any payoff or any significant development after the fact. But this movie is big comic book inspired madness and spectacle that I adore. But it also succeeds in the other part of that, in which, there's these great character moments as well. And I think that's why superhero stories get a lot of popularity and a lot of affection towards people like myself. They're big ideas, characters that seem big but aren't really. Does that make sense? Who knows? The movie does rely a little bit too heavily on callbacks and knowledge for some of its character appreciation and some humor, I think. But yeah, this movie is great for anybody who is a fan of the character and the world, and anybody who has been a fan of Spider-Man for a long time. I'd recommend you would go see it if you're still able.